Things change over time, but one thing has stayed consistent. Celebrating 30 years on the air on WROI is the first federal program. Hosts may have changed, but the program is still the same. Now continuing a long-standing tradition, streaming on the First Federal Facebook page and on WROI. It's time for the First Federal program.
30 years, Todd. This is crazy.
What an awesome opening, Paul. You did a great job with that.
Thank you.
You smile on my face.
I figured if we're celebrating 30 years of the First Federal program, we needed to honor the gentleman who started it all.
Oh, what a beautiful morning.
Yes. Yes, it is a beautiful morning. I mean, it could be warmer, 24 degrees, but it's expected for this time of year.
Needed to scrape the windows this morning, which is typical in winter, but at least there was no snow to shovel yet. Right?
Yeah, not yet. Could be tonight, and next week's forecast, Tuesday into Wednesday, could be a little dodgy. Nobody's sure yet. Kind of depends on how everything tracks. So it could be a lot of snow, or we could be a rain-snow mix.
Well, it's winter. It's kind of like Indiana. All you expect is weather change. So
exactly.
Thank you for doing that opening. That was great today.
Oh, no problem. No problem at all.
Well, Tanner Lee with sports with us later, and Andrea Eggleston, First Federal, relatively new employee for our retail banking area. Welcome, Andrea. We're glad you're here today, and look forward to talking to you in a few minutes. And you can share some good news about some new products and services the bank's offering.
Perfect.
So, get a little lead into the days that Tanner picked out today. One of them is Bird Day.
Okay.
Do you know what the state bird is in Indiana?
Yes, I do. It's cardinal.
Cardinal, that's right. Do you know, we're going to have a trivia question about cardinal and when it became the state bird.
Oh.
In fact, I might just go there right now.
Oh. All right.
In what year did state of Indiana adopt the cardinal as its state bird? 1903, 1913, 1923, or 1933?
Well, those are not the years I was expecting, so this will be fun.
I was kind of expecting, the state became a state in 1816, so I thought it was something older than that.
Yeah, I figured it'd be the mid to late 1800s.
Yeah. So we got.
Guess not.
We got the 03, the 13, the 23, and the 33. So. To think about that.
Yeah, decades apart from each other, because that's how Tanner does it to me.
Some more news about this. This will be easy for you.
Okay.
The cardinal, the traditional red bird you see. Do you know if that's the male or the female, the red bird?
That is the male.
Good answer. You're already 1 for 1. Here's maybe a little tougher question. Do you know how many states have the cardinal as their state bird?
Ooh. Apart from Indiana, I have no clue.
Illinois, Kentucky, West Virginia, Ohio, and North Carolina.
Oh.
7 states that have the cardinal as a state bird.
Yeah, and they're all like right here. So okay.
I was kind of surprised Missouri didn't have the St. Louis Cardinals. There must be some different cardinal.
Must be.
Look, I understand the Louisville Cardinals from Kentucky. So that's our bird trivia for this morning.
All right.
Sports. You want to hit sports, Tanner?
Yeah, absolutely. A lot going on this time of year. I mean, it's football, professional football starting to wind down. Playoffs starting next week.
Yes.
College football got one more game with the national championship being set for Monday between Michigan and Washington.
Go Michigan.
Maybe two teams that, maybe not two teams that people had at the beginning of the year in their predictions, especially Washington, but here we are. And then college basketball's right in the thick of things. College or conference play has either started for conferences or picked back up if they've already started. And a lot to watch as a sports fan. Inside the state of Indiana, a lot of college basketball going on this weekend, starting tonight. Big game down in West Lafayette. Number 1 Purdue's hosting number 9 Illinois. It's pretty crazy to think this is only the 9th time in the history of Mack Arena that a top 10 matchup has happened.
Really?
Yes, it was first time since 2010 when Purdue played West Virginia in 2010 when they were both undefeated.
That didn't end so well, if I remember right.
It ended very well for Purdue.
Okay.
That one did. That one did. So,
I'm sorry.
So hopefully tonight ends well for Purdue. Illinois is missing their best player, but so far 2 games without him, they look pretty good without him.
So I was going to ask you, he's had some legal problems, so
Yes.
they've suspended him then.
Indefinitely, yes.
Okay,
So
that's probably right.
yeah, until a verdict's met. I don't know. He could be back on the court this year, or he could not. I really don't know.
It'll probably be right before the Indiana game.
Obviously, he was going to be like yesterday. All of a sudden, something was going to come out, and he was going to be eligible for the Purdue game. But Illinois did beat Northwestern by 30 without him the other night. So they're playing pretty good. That game's tonight, 8:30 on Fox Sports 1. Indiana's got a big game tomorrow night. They host Ohio State, and that's a national game tomorrow night at 8 o'clock on Fox.
So moving on to Butler.
Well, in Butler, I should have mentioned this because they play tonight. They host the defending national champion, the number 4 UConn Huskies. And Butler is riding a 2-game losing streak, so they need this one. That game's at 6:30 on FS1. So if you're a college hoops fan, put it on FS1 and you can watch Butler and then Purdue back-to-back tonight.
Is that at Connecticut or?
That's at
Hinkle?
Butler.
Hinkle,
So
okay.
at Hinkle, we'll see if the Hinkle Magic's. I know it's a real thing, but we'll see if it comes out tonight. And then Notre Dame, I was kind of talking not bad about them last week, but saying their season wasn't going according to plan, and then they pulled off a big upset win over Virginia last week, and not only an upset, they beat them by 20 points. They host Duke tomorrow at 6 p.m. on the ACC network. So I still think it's always an exciting time up in South Bend when a team like Duke or North Carolina comes to town.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's definitely basketball season. You got the college sports. I mean, great high school schedule coming on, and so Randy's going to be doing the
Yep.
Lady Zebras game tomorrow afternoon.
Yes. And then tomorrow night, the Colts will be on good. So.
Colts will be on tomorrow night. Rare Saturday night NFL game. Well, they do that this time of year, though, when there's not a lot of college football going on.
Yeah.
They host the Texans. Texans are 1-point favorites, which kind of surprised me, being that this game's in Indianapolis. That's at 8:15 on ABC and ESPN, but also right here on WROI.
Yep.
Pre-game, game, post-game.
Starting at 7:30.
And we'll see how a lot of things shake out, but there's a good opportunity that whoever wins this game is in the playoffs.
Yes.
And losers not.
Now, I've also seen, and I wanted to get, as a sports fan, I wanted to get your opinion on this. People are debating what to do because a lot of people have Pacers tickets too.
Right.
So they're a little upset that the Pacers didn't move their game back.
I understand why they're upset, but I don't think you can really do that late notice with the league, probably. With NBA. NBA's got to get their money too. And I'm sure there's a chunk of Colts fans who have tickets to Indiana Hoosier basketball, probably too.
Yeah.
But in this scenario, I think you have to go to the Colts game if you have tickets. Last game of the year, big game, playoffs on the line.
Yep.
I think you sacrifice the others for this one.
The Pacers the same time.
According to
I think they're right around the same
probably
time.
overlaps a little bit.
So yeah, I think there'll be a little bit of
Downtown Indy's
overlap.
going to be packed tomorrow.
Yes.
Yes, so leave early if you're going to the game.
Yeah,
You probably
Either one.
can't make the Colts game then head to Bloomington.
probably not.
No.
No,
So-
because the Colts game will be on until like 10 or 11.
Right. Then the Bears, they won last week, proving the record to 7-9. They travel up to Green Bay to play their arch rival, the Packers, who are 8-8. Packers are 3-point favorites. That game's at Sunday at 4:25 on CBS. So
Okay.
Bears can make the playoffs, but the Packers still can. So a lot to play for in that game
Yeah.
as well.
And how many times years since Favre or Rodgers has beaten the
It's been
Bears?
a while, and now Jordan Love's trying to be the new guy. I saw where his statistics passing this year with yards and touchdowns would be the Bears' all-time single season. He'd be the Bears' all-time single season leader in touchdowns
Wow.
for the franchise history
Saw
already.
something Matt LaFleur's never lost to the Bears either.
He kind of owns them in a way.
Yeah, he does.
So we'll see.
Enough of that, yeah.
But they played week 1. It didn't go so good for the Bears. We'll see how week 18 goes. So, but once again, your Browns can rest their starters this week. Everything's good to go for them. So,
Yeah, we're not going to talk any more about that.
all right. Well, maybe next week.
We'll see.
That's not talked about. Don't jinx. Right?
Exactly.
Yeah. Got some on this day tidbits this morning. On this day, 1914, in the industrialist Henry Ford announced his $5 minimum per day wage, doubling most workers' pay from $2.40 for a 9-hour workday to $5 for an 8-hour workday.
Yeah.
So he was kind of the brain.
He was.
He was kind of the first one to do that, and now.
Yeah, he gave us the 40-hour work week and it's some good pay back in the
And
day.
that was 1914.
Yep.
Yeah.
His minimum wage was $5.
Right.
Yeah.
That's,
You know what the Indiana minimum wage is today?
$7.25.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
There's not a very good message there, it seems like. If $5 was the minimum wage in 1914,
1914, and
now
Yeah.
it's $7.25.
And I know a lot of places, especially thanks to COVID, are starting closer to 14 now.
Yeah, people are paying because they need to have workers and
Yep.
supply and demand. But
Yes.
yep.
it seems like some changes still need to be made there.
Yeah.
On this day in 1940, the FCC heard the first transmission of FM radio with clear, static-free signal.
Hey.
That wasn't WROI, right?
No, unfortunately it's not.
But you still have that FM clear signal today.
Yes, we do.
Clearer than ever.
Good for
More
giant.
reach.
Yeah.
And on this day in 1971, the Harlem Globetrotters lost the 199th New Jersey Reds, ending their 2,495 game win streak.
Wow.
Yeah, they don't lose very often.
No.
Was that
doesn't
planned,
sound
do you think, or was it, how'd that work out?
I wonder, because I have seen the Globetrotters live. I was younger, but they're very fun to watch.
Yeah.
But their games are, quote unquote,
Staged.
scripted.
Yeah.
So I wonder if that one, if they just, for whatever reason, just played actual basketball, because they have good basketball players
Oh,
on
yeah.
their team.
There's usually college players,
Yep.
the D1, and
Exactly.
even
So,
some former NBA players.
Yeah, so I mean, it's not like these guys can't really play if they wanted to. So I'll have to do some more research about that and get back with the next week to see.
I think they've lost just a handful of games.
I think you're right. So yeah, they're still going strong. I know they're still touring and going to be in the northern Indiana area this month or next month, I believe.
If you've
So,
never had a chance to do it, you need
It's
to
fun.
do it. It's great
Yes,
when you
it
take
is fun.
grandkids or
Yep.
kids to.
very fun,
It's a lot of fun.
family fun for sure. And we got some national days. Today's National Bird Day, like our trivia
Yeah.
question alluded to. It's also National Keto Day,
Uh-huh.
National Screenwriters Day, and National Whipped Cream Day.
I don't think there's any tie-in between those days.
No,
Can't think
apart
of
from
one.
make sure your screenwriters have their whipped cream.
That's a stretch, but we'll go.
Yeah, well, maybe they take a break and watch the birds.
As they're writing the movie, they wrote the movie The Birds, you know.
Yeah.
And
How
they're on the
forget
keto diet. Can you have whipped cream on keto
I
diet?
don't,
have no
I
idea.
don't know. I don't
Kinda
know.
seems
Maybe there's
like
some
it's-
keto whipped cream out there. I don't know.
But I have to do my research. I don't know. though.
Yeah.
Andrea, do you know anything about keto and whipped cream?
I do not.
Okay.
All right. Oh, for 4.
Upcoming events. Times Theater's still really busy.
Yes.
On January 13th, they're having the Bluegrass Festival. That's next Saturday from noon to 7. Tickets are available $15 to $20 with live performances by the New Augusta Bluegrass, the Blue Holler Band, the Stampede String Band, and the Booze Hounds Bluegrass. There's a cash bar, barbecue and concessions open for all ages. So
All
they
right.
have more events coming on. I know they have a
Yes.
Dead tribute concert, Grateful Dead,
Yeah.
coming up the 25th, I think it is. The 26th.
Yeah, they do a
Friday
great,
night,
great
yeah.
job. If you go on their Facebook page, they have an events tab. You can see all the upcoming events.
Oh,
Usually
yeah.
scheduled a couple months out.
Yes, they are.
So keep up the great work, Julie. Thank you for what you're doing for the community.
Yes.
Money news. The Dow was up slightly yesterday, ended at 37,440. Although the NASDAQ closed down for the 5th straight day, so kind of back to the old stock market. Some
Yeah.
up days, some down days. But overall, the last month it's been good. It's been up over 1,300 points, about 4%, so that's good.
Yes.
I saw there was some news recently. This was interesting, I thought, even these inflation times. That one of the world's largest supermarket chains in Europe has dropped several PepsiCo products, like Doritos, Pepsi, because of unacceptable price increases. So
All right.
they made a public standoff with. They're in 30 countries, and they've taken Pepsi products off the shelf because of price increases.
Hey.
That was
good for
interesting.
them.
I thought.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's going to happen here or anything like that, but
And see if a change happens or not. That'll be
Yeah.
yeah.
interesting.
So that's our money news for today.
Okay.
Now it's time to talk about the bank. First Federal Savings Bank. Andrea, you can chime in anytime you want here,
Okay.
including things that maybe you can talk about. We're open today from 8:30 to 5, tomorrow 8:30 to noon. You can always bank with us online. Our mobile app, which is free to download. Our ATM's open 24/7 if you need some cash, and that's always available. And you can access the Money Pass network, like if you're down in Indy tomorrow, getting ready to go to the Colts or the Pacers, or heading to West Lafayette or Bloomington tonight. I know you can find some Money Pass ATMs in all those cities, so go on their website and look at moneypass.com and get that cash.
Yep.
So you get your popcorn and Coke at the ball game.
Oh yeah, definitely need the cash for that. Or well, most places anymore are cashless, I guess.
That is
but,
true.
Yeah.
I did see that because I went to a game at Assembly Hall a few weeks ago, and they big sign and it was cashless.
Yep.
So you could use your tap to pay First Federal Savings debit.
There you go.
I was just getting ready to say the same thing. You can make it quick and just do the tap list, or the tap to pay.
That's a great way to do it anyway, too.
Well, if I see that emblem, I'm tapping if I can.
So we have some specials going on now. A 10-month CD special, certificate of deposit at 5.1% APY. There are starting to be some changes in the interest rate market, so if you're interested in that rate, I'd say give us a call and take advantage of that right away. We do have a closed-end second mortgage special going on also, with rates as low as 8.5%, 8.864 annual percentage rate for qualified borrowers. And there's other products available that may meet your needs. And that's one thing we're going to be talking about Andrea with Andrea later is we've got a varied list of products and services, and we can pretty much meet any customer's needs with whatever they need. And Andrea will be talking about that. But if you have any questions, don't hesitate to give the loan products. Give Ben Dalton or Stacy Wilson a call at the bank. They'd be happy to help you out. They're very knowledgeable about the mortgage industry and our products and services, and we can find a product that will fit your specific needs. We had a big announcement last week about e-notices coming. Well, they're here now.
Yes, they are.
So by the end of the month, any notice you receive from the bank, you'll be able to receive in e-statements in the online banking application. And so if you have an interest in being a little more green and not getting the mail, it's more secure than having a statement sitting in your mailbox.
Yes.
Because you'll get an email that you have a statement, then you can go log into your online banking and get those statements. So if you have any questions or want to understand more, give anyone in the bank a call, and we'd be happy to help you out. We offer Simply Free checking accounts, Simply Free business checking accounts. When you open a new checking account, you get a free gift, a throw blanket. Easy for me to say. Andrea, we have a really great product with our free checking accounts for retail customers and business customers, right?
Yes, we do. They're very good.
And don't really nothing compares to those, because a lot of places have hidden charges, and you won't find a small business account that's free, really.
Correct.
So any of our staff can help you out with that. If you're interested in financial services, contact Mark Blubaugh or Brian Bell. We talk about 401ks, IRAs. It's a good time of year to be thinking about IRAs. Even though the year's ended, there's usually some time you can do to April 15th or tax day. Sometimes it's a couple days after that to go back and look at 2023 and make some IRA contributions. They'd be happy to help you. You can like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel. It was appropriate starting off the show today with Dick's voice again, hearing them.
Yeah.
Well, he coined the phrase. We are the only locally owned bank in Fulton County. We don't want to be the biggest bank, just the best. Borrowers must meet underwriting guidelines. We are FDIC insured and equal housing lender, and our NMLS number is 399927.
And that makes us legal.
And this is the exciting part of the show, our special guest. We were very lucky to have Andrea Eggleston join us this year. You've been with us for several months now. You joined our family. What brought you to First Federal?
Just the community. It's a family-oriented business, and I have been welcomed so much by everybody that works here. And the core values that the bank has just makes every day a good day, because we're here for the customers. It's all about the customers.
And what's your title and role with the bank?
I am a retail sales manager, and the purpose of my role is to help to grow relationships, business and personal, and deposits with the bank.
And you have experience with this because you come with a great banking background.
Correct. I've been in banking for about 27 years, combination of banks and credit unions. So started as a teller, worked my way through, had several different job titles. So lots of experience.
I've been a teller also too, and that's some of the best experience we can have in the bank, and just
It's the best.
you get to know your customers that way. And sometimes the teller is the most important person in the bank because that's all our customers see is the
Exactly
person.
right. Yep. The tellers are the front line of the bank.
And retail banking, that's kind of a term we toss around for our listening audience out there. What does retail banking mean?
Retail banking is it's the daily transaction side. So checking accounts, savings accounts, deposits, withdrawals, certificates of deposits, personal loans. That's the
So
retail
that's why you
side.
go into the bank branch and probably see a person there.
Correct.
Most of that falls into the retail banking.
Yes, it
I
does.
just thought we'd talk about that because sometimes we use banking terms and
The legal jargon, yeah.
forget what
Yeah.
our customers may not know what that means.
Right.
So you have a great banking career, and coming to, we were lucky to get you to come to the bank, and thank you for doing that. You've adapted real well, and you're part of the family too, and you've been doing some exciting things with products and services. Why don't you talk a little bit about some of the things that we've been working on?
So some of the things that I'm working on, it's what's called the IntraFi system, and IntraFi is an absolutely wonderful program. As everyone knows, banks have the FDIC insurance, which goes up to $250,000. Credit unions have the NCUA, which goes up to $250,000. The nice thing with the IntraFi system, we have a program where there's absolutely no cost or no fee to our customers, and we can help them to allocate their funds over $250,000 to make sure that they are still fully FDIC insured.
So if a customer is concerned about that, they can come to us, you can talk to them, and what happens to their money so they can get this extra FDIC insurance coverage.
So they would come to us, myself or Jody. They would talk to either one of us, and
Jody Wynn.
Jody Wynn, correct? Yes. Jody and I are the two that can do the IntraFi, and they would just talk to us. We would then explain to them there's absolutely no fees, there's no hidden cost. It's really good for like a short term because it starts at 4 weeks, and it's 4 weeks, 13 weeks, 26, 52, and then it goes up to 2 years and 3 years. So their funds are fully FDIC insured. It's a reciprocal fund, so the money actually stays here with First Federal, stays here in the community. But it gives that customer the reassurance that all of their money over the $250 is completely FDIC insured with really good competitive interest rates that would go into a certificate of deposit, which is the CEDARS, or ICS, which can be a checking account that they have full access to the funds, full liquidity on the funds.
So I will get statements showing how my money's allocated out and things like that.
Correct, yeah. You would get one statement that shows where all of the funds are at different banks. But the nice thing about it is you're dealing directly with First Federal. So your accounts, you'll talk to us if you need to withdraw. Your personal information does not go to those other financial institutions. So
That's
your
good
name.
to know. So like they're not going to get marketed by
No,
somebody else.
exactly right.
The
Exactly right.
deposits with First Federal Savings Bank.
Correct. So the only thing that would go there, it would be like First Federal account 123. So your social, your birth date, your address, your name, nothing goes to those other banks. You'll get one statement from us that shows the allocation of all of the banks and all of your funds.
So for example, if I have more than $250,000 and I'm concerned about that, I can come see Andrea,
Correct.
and you can help me make sure that money gets FDIC insurance at competitive rates. And so I may have a little less than $250,000 at First Federal Savings Bank, then it'll be X amount at some other bank, but it's
Correct.
still FDIC insured, but it's all under the umbrella of First Federal Savings Bank.
Yes, exactly right. And it goes up to $50 million. That with the IntraFi system, it's a minimum of $250,000, and it goes up to $50 million.
Now I know this has kind of been around for a long time, but also the old days kind of, a customer would have to go to maybe 4 or 5 different banks and set up accounts, and
Correct.
kind of the hassle of doing that. Then you get 5 statements,
Correct.
but this program's been available, and we recently became involved with it earlier in 2023, and we've had some great successes of talking with some of our customers and even bringing some new customers to the bank.
Yeah, really good success. And that's what's good for the customers, is because they don't have to go to all of the different banks to open up accounts. In a lot of banks, you may have to open up a savings account before you can open up a CD. You don't have to do that with us. You can just bring all of the money here. If it's funds that you have on deposit with us, we'll take it either funds on deposit or new money. And we do all of that work to allocate to the different locations.
So if somebody's interested, they should go to their local First Federal Savings Bank.
Correct.
They will get in contact, or the branch will probably get in contact with Andrea Eggleston or Jody Wynn.
Correct.
And then, why don't you give your phone number so people can give you a call in case they're interested?
Okay, so my direct number at the Rochester location is 574-223-1797. But if you call any of our 6 locations, you could just ask for Andrea Eggleston or Jody Wynn, and we can go to, if you're up at the Mishawaka location, we can travel up there and meet you up there to discuss further into this. All of our branches have the information. Tanner has done a great job. There is a link under certificates of deposit on our website, so you can go
show
there.
a page right here for our Facebook fans.
Correct. Yep. So it's there, and it gives a little bit of information. It says Cedars and it says ICS and Cedars. So you can definitely look at the information there. But if you read through that after listening today, have any more questions, just give me a call.
So a customer calls and talks to you and says, I'm interested now. What is their next step? What do they do? And what is the process for the bank to get them into this product and service?
So the process, if they don't have the funds with us, we would just deposit it into like their savings or their checking account. With IntraFi, the funds can be allocated on Wednesdays, so we would have to do it on a Wednesday by noon, and then we'll get a statement that same Friday. So then I print out the statement on Friday, mail it to the customer, so that way they have their comfort knowing, hey, this is where my money is at. These are the banks. This is, if it's over $250, obviously we're going to do probably one or two other locations. Send them the statement, and then once it comes up for maturity, again, have that follow-up conversation, talk to them. The nice thing with the IntraFi, they have their option of how they want to receive the interest, and they also have the option if they want to automatically reinvest it or just have it come back to them at maturity.
Well, that's a great product and service we're offering new this year.
It is.
You're involved in other things in our retail banking side of the bank, and like I was saying earlier, customers have various needs. For the most part, we can meet any need they have.
Correct.
What are some other things that you're excited about with First Federal Savings Bank and some of the products and services we have?
E-statements, that is so safe and secure. Go online. If you have any issues signing up for the electronic statements online, stop into your local branch, and one of the tellers will help you get set up with that. We have, Christmas just ended. We have a Christmas club. Think of opening a Christmas club.
I know I have one. I've had one forever.
Exactly right. And, and then with the Christmas club, using your debit card, we have what's called Roundup. So it's like a virtual piggy bank. It's your own money, but when you use your debit card, that odd change gets rounded up. So that amount could actually go into your Christmas club.
That's a great idea, because I know some customers use that maybe for vacation planning or a home repair or something like that. So we use the Roundup program. Is something new we brought out in 2023, and it's real easy to sign up for every time you use your debit card. So like if you're going out to buy a coffee, Paul, and you spend your $3.49 to get the coffee, you can round up to $4, and that extra change then goes into your savings account.
Yeah.
Or even back into your checking account. So
Right.
that's great. Great way to save. And
It is, because, every penny helps.
I know I've talked with some bank employees that have used this, and the amount of money that builds in this they're really surprised at how quickly that builds.
Oh, yeah.
I think you've used that.
I used it right when I started, and I had like $32 in my Christmas club. It rounded up very, very quickly.
That's great.
Yeah.
So, anything else going on that we should know about? What your roles and responsibilities are? I know you're out in the branches a lot. So
Out in the branches a lot. Looking forward to next Thursday with the Fulton County Chamber of Commerce. I'm going to Giretti's for coffee and conversations.
it's great.
So anyone that needs some more information on the IntraFi system, I'll be there on Thursday. Marshall County doing the same thing with the the Plymouth Chamber of Commerce. So looking to get more into the community and more involved and get more information out there on the IntraFi.
Well, we're very happy that you're part of our family.
Thank you.
Welcome
I'm glad to be
to
here.
our communities, and Andrea is out. She's in our offices if you ever need her, but she's also out in the community in various places like the Chamber event next week, the Marshall County event, and she's pretty much got something on her schedule in all of our branches for some days of the month. So thank you for what you're doing, and welcome to the bank. And
You're welcome.
we're
Thank
glad
you.
you're here, and we look forward to you having a chance to meet with our customers too, because we have a great family of employees and a great family of customers, and we welcome those opportunities.
Most definitely. And thank you for having me today.
No problem. So trivia, you want to play the game here?
I can play
I accidentally showed you the answer.
I didn't see it though. I didn't see it.
And like last time I did this, I read the answer to you, Paul. So, the cardinal became the state bird of Indiana in what year? 1903, 1913, 1923, 1933.
So my first question is, why did it take them so long
Right.
to come up with a state bird after we became a state?
I don't have the answer to that.
That could be next week's trivia.
Okay.
Well, now I gotta go do homework. I'm gonna go D.
You get a high five for this, Paul. 1933 is the right answer.
Oh wow,
Good job.
that's a long time.
Yeah.
Just had to check to make sure that was the right answer still. Well, great job, Paul.
Thank you.
You did well on bird trivia today.
So you need to go get yourself some whipped cream, because wasn't today whipped cream day?
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. That's your celebration.
Get a double order today.
Yeah.
So we'll close with words of wisdom. From Paul Tournier, Swiss author, I probably didn't pronounce that right. But his words of wisdom are, sooner or later, those who win are those who think they can.
Those are great words of wisdom. Thank you so much, Andrea. Thank you, Todd. And we'll continue celebrating 30 years of the first federal program next Friday.
And next week, it'll be Brian Bell will be our guest with Evan Gottschalk, the host.
All right. Looking forward to it. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Paul.